Hello my friends and welcome. Now, Private Division. It's a publishing label that I'm pretty sure everyone nowadays knows. Publishing games like The Outer Worlds, Hades, All the Other World, Kerbal Space Program 2, No Rest for the Wicked, and you get the idea. If you don't know, they were sold last year by Take-Two Interactive, their parent company, due to the fact that they did not match what Take-Two wanted to be associated with. So they were sold off to an unknown buyer, which remained a mystery for about a month until a couple of days ago. But how did we get here? How did we get to the point where Take-Two just completely almost killed their publishing label and sold it off? Let's take a look at it. Division was set up in 2017 as a way for Take-Two Interactive to help more independent and smaller studios fund and publish their games. Now, even though the studio didn't have massive success overall in terms of getting a lot of publishing deals, it was still a small yet respectable publishing label showing a different side of Take-Two than the side we're used to seeing by them. I mean, just search up Take-Two scandals on YouTube or Google or any other place and just see what I mean by showing a different side of Take-Two. Now skip to 2024 and Take-Two Interactive cut their workforce by a lot, meaning that Private Division was left with a lot of their staff gone completely. Now in November 2024 they announced that they would completely sell off Private Division to an unknown buyer, meanwhile also closing Intercept Games and Roll7. This came as a shock to a lot of people, mainly due to the fact that Private Division was still going strong, even though they were a bit on the small side. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said that Private Division did not match what they wanted to be associated with, hence why they sold it. Something worth noting is that even though Roll7 did not have any big projects coming up, Intercept Games very much did, being the sole developer studio behind Kerbal Space Program 2 after Take-Two Interactive shuttered Star Theory Games. Fans of the game were understandably confused and angry, mainly due to the fact that Kerbal Space Program 2 is now left without either a publisher or behind the game, and it's still in an unfinished, broken mess. People were calling on the game to be banned from storefronts, mainly due to the fact that you cannot sell a game while not having neither a publisher or a developer studio behind it, and in this unfinished, broken state that is. However, it wouldn't be long before we got to know who actually bought Private Division, and the future is looking pretty bleak for them. This month it was brought to light by Bloomberg that Haveli Investments had bought up Private Division, who with the help of staff from the completely fractured Annapurna Interactive had set up an unknown studio to manage publishing duties and the IPs of Private Division's roster. When they were sold by Take-Two Interactive, they were left with around 30 or so staff left. However, Haveli has also said that they will cut that down even further. So now we're back at square one. They were sold and we didn't know. Now we know, but now there's an unknown studio that has taken over the duties of Private Division. So, what now? From what I could see about this topic, they are left with nothing. They're basically dead in the water. It's sad to see that a well-liked studio, as Private Division was, is basically being killed off slowly. Now, I don't know what is going to happen to Private Division, however, I know that the future is looking very bleak for them. One thing is almost for certain though, the end of Private Division is looming above the studio's head right now, with Take-Two being the ones that pulled the trigger in the end.